So, hello friends. This is Melody Malady, and I wanted to do a quick video. I know I haven't done a lot of content recently. I've been struggling with the flu, and a whole house full of flu sufferers. And like I said, if you can ride with me through the winter, it'll get better in the spring. But the winter is really hard on me, especially on my voice. But I wanted to show you all one of my newer buckets of cards. The top level of these cards are cards that I have modified already, and the other ones are ones that I plan on modifying. This is not a new deck, but it's a newer deck in the sense that I have an idea for it and I haven't done it yet. But before I get into that, I want to show you these two decks now. Both of these decks used to be in my possession. This one I was turning into not a Kipper deck. Oh my god. Maybe it was like a gypsy deck or something. I don't remember. But the pen I was using ran out and I was unable to replace the pen, and I didn't want a deck that was like halfway done in a fiery color to go with the fire deck, because this is one of the elemental decks. I was unable to catch water or air or earth. Or maybe they haven't come out yet, I'm not sure, but the only one I was able to catch was fire. And this is a craft beer deck. Like each card showcases you know, like a little beer craft company or whatever. And I made a deck out of these cards. It was a yes or no deck using like modern phrases or whatever, and my daughters use it all the time, and apparently like one or two of the cards was missing. And a deck is not a deck if it doesn't have all the options in it. Like it's like trying to explain your point of view to someone and you can't recall the words, and I struggle with that a lot. It's just not a good message. Okay, so I wanted to redo this deck, and I was like, I don't want to pay $7 for a deck that I paid $4 for to begin with. Went to Kroger a couple of days ago, and these were on clearance, guys, for $1.99. So even if you just collect bicycle decks, or if you just play cards, I know I've said it before in other videos, but Kroger is definitely a place to check, because every 3 months or so they throw a lot of decks on clearance. That means there's going to be some new ones in there, but I'm worried that the new decks are going to be the decks that Walmart already pulled out. But that's not necessarily bad, because there's a deck in here that I keep hoping Walmart will reissue. Like has not reissue, but has some more back in stock. That would be this deck. I had this deck in a blue. I was able to get another pink one. I went to a Walmart that was like way out in the country, but I need the blue one. So let's start off with these decks that I modify. This one I turned into a Gypsy Witch deck. I know a lot of people don't like that deck. Reads well for me, but I understand it, because there are some decks I can't read with either, especially some of the tarot decks. This deck I turned into my fairy tale deck. You see Snow White's on there. It was a mermaid deck. I turned it into a fairy tale deck. What did I turn this one into? These are old-fashioned 808s. I love. No, maybe this isn't an 808. This is an auto bike. I'm sorry. This deck I turned into what I call my home deck, house deck, and it has different things you find in the home. I use it for clarification. It may not make sense to everybody, but it does for me, because sometimes if I'm on the fence on, you know, what exactly does it mean, if I did pull out microwave, I would know, okay, so the situation is about something that gets hot, or something that's moving too fast, or could be explosive, you know. this deck. I love this deck. I have multiple copies of this deck, and I have yet to use them all, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that I turned into my extended later mod deck. Yeah, because the other cards that aren't in a later mod deck, I went on and named them. I gave them names. It's a good deck to read from. I often keep trying to encourage you all to make your own decks instead of, spending $30, $40 on decks that someone else made a system to. And everyone has their own symbols, that mean stuff to them, like, especially if you have like inside jokes or whatever. Like, if you made a deck with just the titles of your inside jokes, you know what they mean, they would give greater meaning to your readings. This was a Hello Kitty Uno deck. I have multiple of these too that I have yet to use, but I turned these into I Ching decks. I made 2 of these, and I only used one, but I think I'm going to turn the other ones into something else. I have so many symbols running through my head, I'm not quite sure how I want to organize them. And also, sometimes I think I see really nice new oracle decks or really nice new tarot decks, like with different imagery or different symbols in them. And sometimes I think maybe I might want to recreate those decks, just by word only. I might start doing that. This is my Ouija deck. I use this deck when I want to ask questions specifically of my ancestors. This is an ancestor only deck. Me and my daughter came up with the terminology, and I don't use this deck often because the answers tend to be very mystical. My ancestors dealt with heavy symbology, and I'm still a student in their ways. Maybe not in book ways, but I'm still a student in their ways. So this deck I only pull out every now and again, like when I really need some direct answers. And I do readings on my pages using these occasionally, but this is a heavy deck, so I don't use it often. I don't want to be on here for forever. Let me speed it up. This is my unicorn deck. This is my magic deck. These have magical meanings. It's like oracles, so if I pull like the oracle card, I would know that either someone in particular is trying to tell you something, or you yourself have a gift to decipher the signs for people. This is a deck. I did catch some flack for this deck for a couple reasons. This is a highly collectible deck, and yes, I ruined it. Whatever, it's mine. I do what I want to do with it. Secondly, because I lost some of the cards from this mystical Kipper deck, I actually reprinted the images and put them on here to use, because like I said before, I didn't want to spend $20 for a new deck and wait for it to come from another country. I might be able to buy those from America now, but at the time you couldn't. So I made a new one. This is just a traditional 808 deck, and I turned it into a Kipper deck. I have lots of Kipper decks because sometimes I just like different backs. This deck is another one of those decks where I printed off some stuff, and I don't use these on the channel just because I don't want to catch a copyright from anyone. I don't want to make any card designers angry, but it's a love deck. I'm just showing you all because, especially if you're just at home and you're just learning how to read and you're reading for yourself, I don't believe, and this is just me personally, I don't believe you should invest hundreds of dollars in some hobby that or spiritual endeavor that you're just now starting out. I don't think it should cost a lot to be spiritual, and I just don't. I mean, let's just keep it that way. I just don't want to do that. So I don't think you should either. And I'm always trying to help you all find new ways to read, you know, and to tap into your own spirituality without spending a lot of money. This is a deck that I had sent to me a couple weeks ago. It's Alice in Wonderland deck. But actually, it should just be called Lewis Carroll deck. It has quotes from all types of Lewis Carroll books. So I use it as is. But if you look in here, these are the decks that I want to turn into new Oracle decks. So I have this Wally World deck I really want to use, and I just haven't figured out what I want to use it for, but I know it'll be something funny. What do I have next to it? I don't even know what I have next to it. Oh, it's a new deck. That's why I don't recognize it. I don't think I showed you all. I showed some of my friends on Instagram. It's a really cool deck. It's Bicycle Hidden deck. This is what the backs look like. The cards are pretty standard though, except for like the king and the queen. You know how they do that anymore. I got quite a few Stargazer decks. I know a lot of people like these decks. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Oddly enough, I still have my purple unicorn. I haven't come up with anything for it. This is another new deck. This is one of the most pretty decks that I've gotten in a long time. It's Bicycle Vintage Classic. I opened it, but I put the sticker back on it. Who knows? Who knows what world I was in that day? I was probably just trying to respect the deck. I love bicycle decks. I really do. But look at that. Here's the other Joker. And see, they look like old cards. I really love this deck. Like, I really, really love this deck. And sometimes I get a deck and I love it so much and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably because I don't want to mess up. I have messed up decks. You know, trying to write on them and stuff. And then before you know it, I'm like, oh my God, I wrote something wrong. This is a collectible deck too. You can see the collector on it. It's just a Jack Daniels deck. I'm gonna ruin these, believe it. I don't drink Jack Daniels or anything like that. So, and also one thing I hated about this deck, I really hated about this deck. Okay, here's the Jokers. But this deck doesn't have the cushion grip, air cushion grip on it. Who in the fuck, excuse my French, but this is how I really feel. Who in the fuck commissions Bicycle to make a collector's deck for them and it don't have the grip on it? It say got Jack. I needed to got grip. Where's the grip? I don't know why they would do that. This is another deck that a lot of people like. It's one of the first zombie decks. I have the other zombie decks somewhere. It might be in my drawers. You know, I got like a drawer system with like another 40 decks. And then I got like a huge chip jar. Like, you can get pretzels or cheese balls in the big, full of decks. This is a deck I'm excited to use. You'll see the date on this when I got this deck. This is how long I've been holding this deck, trying to decide what I want to do with it. Yes, it's SpongeBob, and I love SpongeBob. But look at the date on it, 2012. Some days I think I'm not going to do anything with it because I haven't just yet. Maybe I just leave it closed up. Remember we were talking about the Element series? Here is my other fire deck. There's the wow, they got the same backs. I wonder if anything is different about it. Or is one like first series. Shit, I didn't open it, so I can't tell y'all. Well, they're both 2016. I don't know. I don't know what's different about them. I guess maybe the ace is different because the backs are certainly the same. At any rate, we'll figure out something, huh? This is not the deck I ruined. Yeah, no, this is the deck I haven't done anything with either. I'll show you another deck that I have multiple copies of. It doesn't have any grip on it either, but I love this deck. You see, I picked these up at Ollie's on clearance for 79 cents. The first ones I bought, they were $4. So when I saw these for 79 cents, I got like 8. That's what they had left. That's what I got. I also got these from Ollie's. Same price. And there was another one, but I don't see it in here, so sorry I can't show you that. My Harry Potter decks. I got these on sale around Halloween. I got them for like $4. I think these are like $8 decks. I'm a Taurus. I have a Taurus stellium, so usually I don't buy shit if I can't get it on sale. Here's my other Harry Potter deck. I don't think I have to do anything to these because as you can see they have their own symbols. But I don't use them often, so maybe I might make my own deck out of them. This is one of my favorite decks. I was reading as is, without doing anything to them. Using the images intuitively. I got a funny deck. I got like 2 more decks I want to show y'all. And I'm going to wrap this up. It's a poop deck. I know. Americans and Japanese are just like so crazy with the poop emoji thing. It's the ace. Jack, queen, and king. It's nothing special, but I thought it was funny. I figure I might use it for like a shitty day deck or something like that. Or what is this shit? And the last one is this one. I want to use it as a communication deck. It's the emoji deck. I don't know how many of y'all have seen the emoji deck, but I love this deck. I had another one. I turned it into a yes/no deck. Who knows what happened? But look at the coloring on the Joker. I love that. You can see there's emoji faces and the hearts or the pips. All the pips have different expressions. Yeah, so I want to make this a communication deck, a texting deck, possibly on what type of messages to send someone. Well, I just wanted to give y'all a little tour of some of the decks that I intend to work on. But I have so many ideas. A lot of times, only half of them get tackled. It's the life of a creative, I guess. And I can't. I started off as a artist, sketching, painting, markers. But my fingers don't allow it anymore. And so I had to pour all my creativity into something else. And I got back into card reading and making my own cards. And so yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I don't know if they'll all get tackled, but I hope you all appreciate the channel. I appreciate you all for definite. I really appreciate you all. And I'm gonna do a couple readings today. I'm probably gonna do some readings off of the Pythagoras life questions list. I intended on doing a whole series of every question because it's only 30 of them. They're good questions to ask any fortune teller or psychic or priest or life coach or anything like that. So I think I might start off on that today. I'm not going to do a full moon eclipse video, but I do want to tell y'all something about the full moon eclipse. So I have a set of twins. And my twins are a very rare type of twin, but they're called half identicals. There are like 3 different types of half identicals, but mine come from my egg split on its own and became 2 eggs before fertilization, and then each egg was fertilized separately. So they had the exact same set of genes from me, and 2 different sets of genes from their father. They have 2 different blood types, and it was weird the way they were born because everyone thought they were identicals. It looked like one sac. There was one placenta, but when they actually pulled it out, there was a slight barrier, and the 2 placentas were fused together, and there was an area. So one is type A, one is type O. And so the blood, flows through it. And then in the center where the 2 were fused together, both blood types were flowing through it. So I actually donated my placenta to VCU Medical College. If I knew what I know now about what they do with genetic material, I wouldn't have done that. Maybe. I don't think I would have done it, but I did it. It's nothing I can do about it now. But the point is this. I've always looked at them as magical because I had a miscarriage right before I got pregnant with them. 2 months before I got pregnant with them, I had a miscarriage. And, you're really not supposed to be fertile yet. And I met an herbalist, and I explained to him what had happened because he wanted to know why did I look so upset. He was an old Jamaican herbalist, and he gave me raspberry leaves to drink, raspberry tea, and he told me that it was going to make my womb really strong, and I was going to be able to carry the next baby to term, and I ended up having 2. Long story short, their birthday is Monday, the day of this eclipse, and they'll be 16, and they think it's so funny because they're really into the new Sabrina show. And remember, she turned 16 on the lunar eclipse, and she had this sign over her life one way or the other, and we thought it was really cute. But yeah, interesting fact, huh? I hope you all have enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed being here. Please like and subscribe. Comment, come back for more. Let me know what you want to see. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what they want to see, because I got you. Once you let me know what you want to see, I'm going to do it. And I'll see you next time.